welcome to Double O Kills Storytime with the Rainbow Fish. Or Bridget. By Marcus Pfister. Translated by Allison James. A North-South publication. Originally, it looks like this was made in Zurich, Switzerland. First published in Switzerland under the title The Regenbogenfisch. The Regenbogenfisch? Oh, interesting. Things you didn't know. Now, let's make sure we turn off those notifications. Alerts have been paused. See the sparkles right there? See that? A long way out in the deep blue sea, there lived a fish. Not just an ordinary fish, but the most beautiful fish in the entire ocean. His scales were every shade of blue and green and purple, with sparkling silver scales among them. The other fish were amazed at his beauty. They called him Rainbow Fish. "Come on, Rainbow Fish," they would call. "Come and play with us." But the Rainbow Fish would just glide past, proud and silent, letting his scales shimmer. One day, a little blue fish followed after him. "Rainbow Fish," he called, "wait for me. Please give me one of your shiny scales. They are so wonderful, and you have so many." "You want me to give you one of my special scales? Who do you think you are?" cried the Rainbow Fish. "Get away from me." Now, to be fair, I can understand a person not wanting to be asked for stuff. Still. Shocked, the little blue fish swam away. He was so upset. He told all his friends what had happened. From then on, no one would have anything to do with the Rainbow Fish. They turned away when he swam by. What good were the dazzling, shimmering scales with no one to admire them? Now he was the loneliest fish in the entire ocean. One day he poured out his troubles to the starfish. "I really am beautiful. Why doesn't anybody like me?" "Well, maybe it's because you've got an arrogant, pompous attitude." "Sorry. I can't answer that for you," said the starfish, probably because the starfish was just trying to be nice. "But if you go beyond the coral reef to a deep cave, you will find the wise octopus. Maybe he can help you." "Listen, I just told you. It's because you were being a buttface. And you're arrogant. And think you're hoity-toity better than everybody else. It's fine to have nice things. It's fine, even if you want to keep them to yourself. But don't be a buttface about it." The Rainbow Fish found the cave. It was very dark inside, and he couldn't see anything. Then suddenly 2 eyes caught him in their glare, and the octopus emerged from the darkness. "I have been waiting for you," said the octopus with a deep voice. "I have been waiting for you," said the octopus with a deep voice. "The waves have told me your story. This is my advice. Give a glittering scale to each of the other fish. You will no longer be the most beautiful fish in the sea, but you will discover how to be happy." "I can't," the Rainbow Fish started to say, but the octopus had already disappeared into the dark cloud of ink. Give away my scales? My beautiful, shimmering scales? Never. How could I ever be happy without them? Because joy doesn't come from the things you have. Because joy doesn't come from your possessions. If you try to buy or own things for happiness, you will never find it. And it is a bottomless pit of despair and depression. Don't go down that road. Suddenly, he felt the light touch of a fin. The little blue fish was back. Rainbow fish, please don't be angry. I just want one little scale. The rainbow fish wavered. Only one very, very small, shimmery scale, he thought. Well, maybe I wouldn't miss just one. Carefully, Rainbow Fish pulled out the smallest scale and gave it to the little fish. Thank you very much, the little blue fish bubbled playfully as he tucked the shiny scale in among his blue ones. A rather peculiar feeling came over the rainbow fish. For a long time he had watched the little blue fish swim back and forth with his new scale glittering in the water. See now, the rainbow fish has begun to understand something. Possessions can't make you happy. They can't. They never will. Now, there's a certain amount of joy you get at the beginning, initially. There's a certain amount of fun that you have with that. But you'll never find that happiness. And he also discovered something else, which I'm sure this next page will tell me. But sharing is a wonderful joy. It really is. A thing that can make your day better. I have always loved being able to help others. I'm a helper, I've discovered by nature. When my wife wants something, I go and get it for her. She wants to sit, and I get up and I walk away and get it. When my kids want something, I'm happy to go and get it. I love helping people. I love it. I get such a joy from helping people. Now, when people come and start begging me for stuff, just because they want what I have and they don't want to try and do the work to get it or something like that, that's a little bit different. But I don't think that's what this is advocating, because he didn't do the work to get these scales. These are things that he simply had. And he had a lot of pride built up in them. Well, let me tell you this, pride in yourself, I mean, it's good to be proud of your accomplishments. It's good to have a certain understanding of value and self-worth, but pride very rarely, in large quantities, does anybody very much good. And so when he was able to give away part of that, he was able to understand something. And let's find out what this book says he understands, because I have a feeling I have a thought on that. The little blue fish whizzed through the ocean with his scale flashing. So it didn't take long before the rainbow fish was surrounded by the other fish. Everyone wanted a glittering scale. The rainbow fish shared his scales left and right. And the more he gave away, the more delighted he became. When the water around him filled with glimmering scales, he at last felt at home among the other fish. Finally, the rainbow fish had only one shining scale left. His most prized possessions had been given away, yet he was very happy. Come on, rainbow fish, they called. Come and play with us. Here I come, said the rainbow fish. And, happy as a splash, he swam off to join his friends. The end. So I want to tell you guys what I think here. A very valuable lesson. Because there are going to be some that would look at this. There are going to be some that would look at this and say, well, yeah, he just bought off all of his friends. He just paid them off, and once he doesn't have anything more to give, he's not going to have any more friends because they're just there to get his stuff. Well, they're not just there to get his stuff. There were two main problems. He was so proud, so prideful, that he found himself selfishly focused on him entirely and his things and his stuff. Now, you've got to be able to take the time to focus on yourself. But when it comes to the it ends up coming to the exclusion of everybody else. That's a problem. There's a saying that says pride goes before the fall. Pride is not a great thing. And the other thing is that when he was able to take the time to share and give joy to people. Now, be careful, because somebody might think this means it's okay to just come up and ask you for anything, and if they don't give it to you, you should shun them and turn your back to them. That's not true. But what happened was he was being such a butthead to everybody that he wasn't nice. Well, in that case, people aren't going to want to hang out with you. How it works. So he learned that when he decided to stop being a butthead and start being nice to people, which does not have to be done by giving them stuff. That's just how the story just portrayed it in this one. Then he learned that it's good to be nice to other people and care about them. And he showed that care by giving them something that was very, very special to him and something that other people prized highly. And that was very nice of him to do. But here it is, folks. The moral of the story: don't be super proud. Don't be so prideful and arrogant that you look down on everybody else around you. And here it is. Sharing is caring.